The Paper Menagerie continuation we are going to see now. We have seen up to Jack demanding real toys from his father and his father buying and giving him star action war figures. After receiving that, he packed all his paper menagerie in a large shoebox. But it came out and occupied its favorite places in the room. It symbolically refers to Jack trying to fit in this American society, hiding all his emotional connections with the native culture. But he couldn't forget his native culture. That symbolical meaning of paper menagerie coming out of that large shoebox and occupying its favorite places. To stop his connections with the native culture, Jack taped the lid of the shoebox. But he hears the noise in the box, so he keeps it in the corner of the attic away from his room, so that he will not hear the noise of the paper menagerie. This is how he has inactivated the movements of and the noise of paper menagerie. Then coming to his mother, he says you have to speak only in English. If at all she speaks in Chinese, she ignores her communication. So she tries to speak in English, but he is unhappy with her accent and broken sentences. She also tries to behave like American mothers, imitating American mothers. But her movements are completely exaggerated and that appears to be ridiculous and graceless. So she has failed in two missions. One is speaking in English and second one is imitating American mothers. Jack's father pitied the state of his mother, but Jack feels that his father is feeling sorry for marrying a Chinese peasant girl and trying to fit her in the American society. But his mother continuously trying hard to fit in this American society as expected by her son. She tried to cook in American style. Then she takes one wrapper paper to make new paper animal. She does something on the plain side of the wrapper paper and she kept it on his nightstand. Jack notices that paper animal and he squeezed the air out of it and kept in the box in the attic. After that, mother stopped making paper animals. She began to speak English much better, but he moved to high school that he is not interested in her words. Whichever language she speaks, he is not at all interested because he goes to high school. When he sees her in the house, he doubted whether she gave birth to him because there was nothing common between them. And then he is very busy with his American pursuit of happiness. The mother is totally ignored by the son. At the age of 40, she became sick and she looked older than her age. Because of the internal struggle, she became sick. Her internal pain formed cancer in her body and it's beyond surgery now. Even when his mother is hospitalized, he doesn't have any concern for her. He is totally heartless in his behavior. When he visits her in the hospital, he is thinking of his interviews. He doesn't care about his dying mother. At the last moment of her life, she advises him not to hurt his health and motivates him to go ahead in his life. The final words of his mother is to remember her every year at Qingming. That's a Chinese festival for the dead people. On that day, she wants him to open the paper menagerie. Let us see about Qingming festival. On the day of Qingming, letters are written to dead parents. They fold that into a paper crane and release it towards the west. She does the same for her dead parents. The same thing she wants from her son also. When she was telling about Qingming festival, she began to cough. But he silenced her, telling that, "All right, mom, stop talking." Then he went to airport to go to California. He doesn't care about the dying mother. But when he was flying, he heard the news that his mother is dead. Because of his assimilation of Western culture and imitation of American lifestyle and American dream, he gives first priority to the Western culture and he leaves his mother to die. After the death of his mother, father began to worry a lot about his wife. He aged rapidly. They moved to a new house as their house was very big for the two people. Jack's girlfriend Susan assisted him in packing and cleaning the place. It is Susan who took the box from the attic and opened it from the darkness. She was completely surprised by his mother's origami creations. She admired her artistic creations. Now all those paper animals didn't make any move. It seems that those animals became lifeless after her death. The boy doubted whether it had life or he just imagined it. Susan was actually working as a management consultant, so she had endless trips. After 2 years of his mother's death, Jack happened to see one documentary about sharks in a TV channel. That reminds him of his mother making shark using tin foil. He remembers how Lohu and himself watched mother making a shark out of tin foil. Then he noticed a ball of wrapper paper on the floor and he picked it thinking that it is a trash. But he found that it is Lohu. Susan has actually decorated the entire apartment with these origami animals hanging as a decoration piece. Lohu looked shabby and so she has left it on the corner of the room. Now he noticed Lohu. It came and sat on his lap. So now he has reconnection with Lohu. On his lap, Lohu unfolded itself. Jack notices Chinese letters on the plain side of the wrapper paper. It is written in his mother's awkward handwriting. It reminds him of his mother's last wish. So he searched the Chinese calendar to find the date for Qingming in Google. He understood today is Qingming. Up to this, we have seen from Jack's point of view. Hereafter, the last part of the short story, we are going to see from Jack's mother's point of view. How she struggled a lot, where she worked, where she was born. Everything we are going to see. That will come in the next video. That will be the final video for Paper Menagerie.